Dean Narramore, Narra, M for monsoon, ORE, Senior Meteorologist. Rain and thunderstorms continues across large parts of northern Australia, from the Kimberley all the way through to Queensland. But Queensland will be the focus of the heaviest rain and thunderstorm activity this weekend into early next week. Severe weather warning is current from Tully all the way down to Bowen and extending inland to Charters Towers. That does include much of the Herbert and Lower Burdekin, southern parts of the North Tropical Coast and the Townsville area. And this is for heavy rainfall that may lead to flash and riverine flooding this weekend and into early next week. Rain and thunderstorms will continue across much of northern and central Queensland this weekend with isolated heavy falls. We've already seen heavy falls in the 24 hours to 9 o'clock this morning. Just to the north of the Mackay, we saw a number of locations receive up to 200 millimetres, with Black Mountain coming in at 228 millimetres in the 24 hours to 9 o'clock this morning. Flood watches are also current for large parts of Queensland in anticipation of further rainfall in the coming days, likely to lead to renewed river level rises across our rivers, creeks and streams, which may lead to minor to moderate flooding. And depending on where exactly the heaviest rainfall occurs, we could also see some major flooding as well. Showers and thunderstorms are also expected to continue across northern parts of the Territory and Western Australia in the coming days. Thankfully, in the Kimberley, showers and thunderstorms will be hit and miss, so it shouldn't have any major impacts on the ongoing flood recovery there. But isolated heavy falls with thunderstorms are likely. Minor to moderate flood warnings are also current across parts of northern Australia, with a major flood warning still current for the Georgina River in Queensland. Across southern Australia, it is a different story, with a prolonged heat period extending from WA all the way across South Australia, Victoria, Tasmania and inland parts of New South Wales. Peak days of the heat are Friday and Saturday, with temperatures in the high 30s across southern parts of South Australia and Victoria, and into the low 40s across inland areas of WA, South Australia, Victoria, with even temperatures getting into the low to mid 30s through parts of Tasmania. A weak change will bring some relief to southern parts of Victoria and South Australia on Sunday, and much cooler conditions in Tasmania. But the heat will return on Monday and Tuesday, with many areas likely to go back up into the high 30s or low 40s as we move into Monday and Tuesday through southeastern parts of the country, and temperatures in the low to mid 30s through Tasmania. Now, with this heat, we have elevated fire dangers. There is a number of ongoing fires through parts of Western Australia, and extreme fire dangers are occurring through parts of WA today, and fire weather warnings are current. That heat and combination of gusty winds will move into South Australia tomorrow, and extreme fire dangers are expected through parts of South Australia, and fire weather warnings are also current for there on Saturday, and that includes the Mount Lofty ranges. This heat is due to a high pressure system extending a ridge into the Tasman Sea, directing a warmer north to northeasterly flow across much of southern and southeastern Australia. Maximum temperatures are expected to be 8 to 14 degrees above average on Friday and Saturday, and while they'll ease a little on Sunday, they'll go back again well above average on Monday and Tuesday through much of southern and southeastern Australia. Now, these northeasterly winds are also bringing moisture into parts of New South Wales and eastern Victoria, and we're seeing thunderstorms there today. Over the weekend, thunderstorms are expected to be widespread across South Australia, Victoria, New South Wales, and maybe even parts of Tasmania on both Saturday and Sunday. And some of these storms could be severe, with heavy rainfall and gusty winds through parts of eastern Victoria and southeastern parts of New South Wales, particularly through our elevated areas. Now, these thunderstorms could also pose a risk for dry lightning, particularly through parts of Western Victoria and eastern South Australia on Saturday. So with all this weather occurring across much of the country this weekend, residents and communities are advised to stay up to date with the latest forecast and warnings via our website, app and social media, and listen to all advice from emergency services.